Thank you for coming in today. My name is Harim, Senior Partner of Ali Advocates and Solicitors, and this is my partner Nazrin. Welcome to our firm.
Okay, hi, nice to meet all of you. So, how are you today, Miss Anna?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
So, how's your travel here today? Is it okay? Is it easy to find our firm? Because I think past clients have been complaining about our firm is hard to reach.
I think the traffic is okay and the office is quite easy actually to find because a friend of mine who is the brother of this firm partner suggested that we all come here to have a consultation.
I see. Well, good to have you here. Before we start, do you guys need anything? Like drinks, snacks? We have the best coffee here. That's what the past client told us.
We are good for now.
Okay, since you are familiar with our firm, so you understand our firm capability as we have been in practice for more than a decade. So before we begin today, we would like to remind you to be as open, as honest as possible about this incident, because we would appreciate and every single details, every material details have been spoken out, have been open to us, and whatever spoken beneath these walls is strictly confidential, and you don't have to be worried because it stays between us. So our role today is to understand your situation and provide some initial legal advice. We'll first listen to what happened, and then we'll ask you questions, and then we'll explain your options. And if at any point you don't understand or you have any question, feel free to ask. Feel free to stop us wherever that we are wrong or wherever that you don't understand. So does that sound okay to you?
Yes, that's fine.
Miss Aina, I see that you have brought someone along. Who are they?
Yes, this is Miss Farah, and she was there when the accident was happened, and also this is my sister, Ain.
Okay, alright, thank you for coming, both of you.
Alright, so Miss Aina, so are you ready to talk to us about what happened?
Yes.
Okay, please proceed.
Alright. It happened on 18 July on this year. I was driving along Jalan Cheras toward around 8:30 in the morning. The traffic was quite normal, and then suddenly a lorry from the next lane just came into my lane. I didn't even have time to react, and it hit the side of my car. My car suddenly lost control and spun into the road divider.
I see. That must be shocking for you. Did you notice anything about the lorry before the collision? Like, have you seen the lorry where it came from, or how was it? Was it driving fast, or how?
I actually saw it happen. So I was driving behind them, maybe about I think 1 or 2 cars back, and I remember that the lorry caught my attention because it wasn't really keeping a straight line. It was drifting slightly within the lane, and then at one point when the traffic slowed down a bit, so that's when I got a clearer view of the driver. As I remember, he has one hand on the wheel and the other one was holding something near his lap. So I think it looked like a phone. And I also noticed that when he's driving, instead of looking at the road, he kept glancing down. And at one point when I was focusing on my driving, and that's when suddenly, without any signal, the lorry moved into Aina's lane, and that's when everything happened.
I see, that's really helpful, Miss Farah.
So, how about the road? Do you remember how was the condition like? Was it raining or clear?
No, it was clear. I remember it. The traffic was moving normally.
I see, were you driving at a normal speed?
Yes, around 60 to 70 km per hour.
I see. Did you have any chance to avoid the collision?
No, it just happened too fast.
Okay, so after the collision, what kind of injuries that you suffer?
At first, I wasn't wasn't sure of how serious it was. My wrist was really painful, and later the doctor said it was fracture, and I had cuts on my face here.
Oh yeah.
But the worst is my back, and they told me it's a slip disc. I had to go through the surgery.
Sounds bad. So are you still receiving any treatment?
Yes, I still go for the follow-ups with the doctors.
Okay. So you suffered quite a hefty amount of injuries, I would say. So how does all those injuries affect your day-to-day life?
Honestly, I'm actually scared to drive now because of the incident. Even when I sit in a car, I feel panic. Sometimes I get anxiety attacks. I can't drive alone anymore.
So, in terms of expenses, have you incurred any costs so far?
Yes, my car repair costs around 42,000, I think, and medical bills around 31,000 ringgit. And to add more, I couldn't work for about 10 weeks, so I lost about 80,000 ringgit each.
So we actually spoke to the company, Metro Haulage, and they admitted that their driver caused the accident, but they're refusing to pay her for future treatment. And they said her anxiety is not their responsibility. It's very sad.
Sad indeed. It was very sad for you to go through that, and everything happened so fast. But thank you for explaining everything. Thank you for explaining it clearly. So, alright, just to be clear about the facts. So first, you were driving normally, and the lorry suddenly entered your lane while the driver was distracted, and as a result, you suffered physical injuries, financial losses, and now experiencing anxiety and trauma while driving. Is that okay? Is that right?
Oh yes, that's exactly what actually happened.
Okay, so based on whatever that you have told us, so let us tell you what you can claim. What is your legal position?
So now I'll be explaining about your legal position. So in situation like this, the law looks at something that we call negligence, which is mean that whether someone has failed to take reasonable care while doing something, especially in a way that could harm others.
Okay, let's put it in simple terms. In everyday terms, when we are on the road, everyone has a responsibility to drive carefully and not put others in danger. From what you have told us, the lorry driver changed lanes suddenly and was using a mobile phone. That would likely to be considered careless driving.
Yeah, that's true. So when a driver wants to change lane, they are supposed to make sure that it is safe before moving and not to put drivers like you at risk. So in your case, it is likely that the driver had already breached his duty of care or basically didn't take proper care, which is why the accident happened.
So that means it was his fault, right?
I mean, from what that you have described to us, it strongly suggests that he may be at fault. Yes. But because of that action, your car was hit, you suffered injuries and financial losses. So legally speaking, we can say that the accident caused you damages.
And another thing, Miss Aina, just to make sure that we are clear, your main concern here is about the compensation for your injuries and also your current condition, right?
Yes, I just want to recover what I just lost and also deal with what I am going through right now.
I see. So if there's nothing else that you like to share or you want to add, so we can move on to next thing, which is what you can actually claim. There are a few categories that we will go through. So the first one is about the special damages. These are exactly financial losses in a simple term. So for your situation, the cost of repairing for your car is 42,000 ringgit, and your medical expenses 31,000 ringgit and also loss of income 18,000 ringgit. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so these are usually recoverable as long as you have the receipts and documents.
Okay, second is general damages where your fractured wrist and slip disc can also be claimed for pain and suffering, meaning the injuries you went through and how they affect your daily life.
And you also mentioned about your anxiety and panic attack from the trauma, right? So the law does recognize this, but with certain condition, which is that it must be medically proven.
Oh, I didn't know that I could claim that.
Yes, you can actually claim it. So for your situation, if we can obtain a report from a doctor or psychiatrist confirming your anxiety condition, then you may claim.
Yeah, that's true. And for the future medical costs, the company is challenging it because they want you to prove that you will need ongoing treatment, like for the future treatment. So again, this depends on the medical reports and doctor's opinion on the future treatment. Without that, the claim may be reduced or rejected.
Well, in regards to Metro Haulage, since they are disputing part of your claim, our advice is for you to gather all your medical records and also get a report from a specialist for your back condition. And for the anxiety you mentioned just now, a psychological assessment would be also useful.
With all these things that we have explained, we will be in a much stronger position to justify your claim when dealing with the company. Now, in terms of what you can do next, there are two main options, which is the first one, you may try to resolve the matter through negotiation without going to the court. This means that we will communicate with the other party, which is the Metro Haulage or the insurance company on your behalf, and present your claims and try to reach agreed amount of compensation. These options is usually better because it is faster, less stressful, and involves lower cost. And however, the amount of rate may sometimes be lower than what you expected. So we would advise you before you accepting anything.
Well, you can always second option, which is if the negotiation fail, then you may proceed to file it in court.
Does that mean that I have to go to the court?
Not necessarily. Many cases are settled even before reaching the court, especially during the negotiation stage.
So if we go to the court, does she need to be certified?
Yes, most likely, but don't worry, we will guide her step by step throughout the process.
I mean, if it does go to the court, you may get higher compensation.
But the process usually takes longer and there is some uncertainty. For example, the court may not award the full amount that you are claiming, especially for things like future treatment or emotional distress like you are saying, that you have panic attack and anxiety, if there is not enough supporting detail.
So it can give better result, but it also comes with more time and some risk. We can advise you further on which option is better once we review all your documents.
So if I proceed with negotiation, how long does it actually take?
Usually for negotiation, it may take about a few months. The court proceeding may take 1 to 2 years or maybe more than that. Okay, so Miss Aina, have you ever had a chance to see any specialist about the anxiety you have been experiencing?
Not yet, just a general doctor.
I see. We would like to strongly recommend you to have a consultation session with the specialist as this will support your team.
So what are her chances of being, in the court?
Yeah, since the liability is already admitted, her chances to succeeding is strong, as the main issue here is about the amount of compensation and not whether she means or not.
Will it be very expensive?
Legal fees or legal costs can vary depending on how the case is handled.
As I mentioned, if the matter is settled through negotiation, the cost is usually lower. But if you go to the court, there may be additional costs because of the longer process.
In terms of our fees, we'll explain clearly how everything is calculated before we proceed, so you'll know exactly what to expect.
In some cases, we can also discuss about the flexible arrangement depending on your situation.
Okay, that sounds reassuring.
Okay, but what if the company delays the payment?
I see of your concern. That can happen, but there are legal procedures to enforce the too.
Okay, so is there any other questions or any part that you don't understand?
Not at the moment. I think I understand for now.
Okay, so just to summarize, you have a strong claim for negligence, and second, you can claim financial losses and injury damages and psychological and future claims depending on medical evidence.
So our next step would be we will be reviewing your document, obtain medical reports, and then we decide whether to proceed with negotiation or proceed further.
Okay, so thank you for sharing with us today. We understand that whatever that you have been go through is very difficult for you, and we'll do our best to assist you.
So, is there anything else that I should be doing in the meantime?
I think it will be a good idea if you can document everything, and if you have evidence of other opportunities that you decline, please gather that as well.
Alright, I will start organizing everything now. Actually, I really appreciate both of you taking time to explain this to me.
Yep. Don't worry about it. So let me give you our business card. You will see our contact number there. So whenever that you need us or you have any inquiries regarding your situation, please feel free to hit us up.
Yeah, sure, thank you. I will contact you.
Okay, thank you for coming with us.